Hi everybody, hello. We're almost at Christmas. It's 22nd of December today when I'm doing this. So not very many more sleeps until Santa comes, if you've been good. Today I'm proposing to work, well, I'm more than proposing. Today I'm actually going to work on this. No propositions. I've been digging around to see what I've got that I could use to decorate the inside of it. And some time ago now, it's quite a goodly while ago, Mr. F, I mean, you know what he's like, he buys job lots of things on eBay and then hands them to me, and they hang around until some project comes up that's just perfect. So these, which actually came with some, in a pad, with some grey and some pink. Isn't that gorgeous? But I've been through it and I've taken out, I think I've taken out all the blue. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because I'm thinking that it'll probably, it's not an ideal match for this. This is rather more blue, this is rather more turquoise, but I think it's okay. It's not jarring with me. And the other thing that I've found was my Stamperia, or Stamperia, however you say it, Atelier des Arts. I've had several of these. I absolutely adore them. This is my favourite paper pad ever. I really love it. And I love just having it to look through. It's just glorious. So much so that I've just ordered myself another one because I can't bear the thought I've cut into this and I haven't got a whole one. How sad am I? Anyway, so that's that. What I didn't tell you last time was that this I coloured in just using the salvaged patina oxide, and I used my brush and I put a piece of paper down in there. You know what I mean. Put a piece of paper down there to shield the next piece along and coloured it in, and then I dried it because it's very, very easy to smudge this when it's wet, and it does take a little while to dry. So that's the only thing I think I didn't tell you. Everything else we're up to speed on. So I thought I'd start with the inside of the front flap. And all I've done so far, because I was going to do this and just present it to you as a sort of fait accompli really, but I thought I'd better not. So all I've done is make a side pocket. Look at that. That's because my board's dirty. And I want to place that just to the left of all these marks that we put in, all our score marks. So that will go there. I've opted to use white paper as my background, and I've gone round it with frayed burlap, which I think picks up that colour there. It was just a bit plain, just as white, and I didn't want to introduce cream because there's no cream anywhere else. I thought it wouldn't look right. So we've got white paper. Well, it's a sort of thin card, I'll call it. Thick paper, thin card. And that's going to go there. But before I put that on, I'm just going to fold that line there so I can see where it is. The last of these lines, just so I can see where it is and what I'm up against, what I'm fighting with. It's there. I've creased these in the wrong way, which is why they don't want to fold, but that's fine. That's it there now. Lovely. Great. I think that fell right on the floor, but never mind. So that's going to go there. But before I stick that in, I want to put a catch, because I'm going to put this. It's obviously going to be tarted up, but this is going to go in there as a nice piece of journaling. It does fit in. I tried it. Go on, get in. Yeah, like that. There we go. So that's it in its pocket. And that's going to go to there. So I just want something to put there to catch this, otherwise it's going to be flippy flopping and it's going to really annoy me. So what I thought I would do is a device that I used, I think, on the last thing I made, which I can't even remember what it was. That's how bad it is. My memory is shocking. So I thought I would put that there, put a brad in there, then we could rotate it that way. You could open it and take it out. And then when you want to close it up again, like that. It's a clever little device actually, isn't it, for something so simple. So I cut one out of my green, the remnant of my green file folder, and then I cut two out of the turquoise and just stuck them back in front. So now I'll get my yoga mat. Oh, my knicker elastic arrived. Yeah, it came, so we're all right for the closure. Now, you don't want to put this in the middle. I know ordinarily we're looking to put things in the middle, but this time I don't want to do that. I want it quite near the top so I can do that. See? So, let's just take a guess really. I'm going to say about 1/4 of an inch in. This is an inch circle that I've cut. So, yeah, I think about 1/4 of an inch. I think about there. That'll be fine. Let's go through that. And then I need to mark on here where the centre is. Now that's 8 3/4. So that's 4 3/8. Oh my goodness, my maths is good today. I'm going to put this in with a pencil in case. 4 3/8 is there. Just in case, I don't know, I've miscalculated or done something wrong. So let's just run through this again. That's going there. If I had that on top of that, would that fit in? Maybe a little. It's just catching that, isn't it? It's not catching much of it. So maybe if I moved it to there, oh, I don't know, maybe even a bit more to there, I think, then half of it's sort of catching. So right, so that's about 3/8 of an inch in. Then 1 2 3, about there. Right, so that's the mark I'm going to take. Now if I knew, yes, here's my eraser. It fell on the floor yesterday. Oh no, it doesn't want to rub that out. Blimey. Okay, it's being awkward. So I'm going to make a hole through this now onto my yoga mat. And that's far enough away from the gussety bits. So, hole in there, hole in one, and let's put the brad in. I'm going to use slightly larger ones than I used the last time. Nothing wrong with the tiny little ones, I'm just trying to save them really. Because I haven't got very many, and you know, we're all alike. We panic when the stocks are getting low a bit. So I've got these ones, which I think they came off Amazon. And I've got a big bag of these, so we're all right. So let's... Oh my goodness, I'm shocking at doing this. Let's do that and turn it over. Press that right down. Splay the legs open. Like that. Marvellous. And we just need a bit of masking tape on the back, otherwise the thing when we're putting it in is just going to continually catch on it and it'll drive us dotty. And I'm half dotty anyway, so I haven't got far to go. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around there because I don't want this masking tape coming up anytime soon. There we go. Lovely, lovely job. Let's smooth that down with bone folder. And then we know we're all right. Just a little bit of glue. I can't believe how dirty the back of that white card is. I need to have a good clean up, like a good wash of everything, you know. My media board, I think, is manky. So now I can stick this in. My phone's ka-chinkling, because there's somebody telling me that they've just tested positive for COVID. I can't believe it, honestly. Nice Christmas present, eh? So let's stick this down. First thing I'm going to do is stick the big back piece down first. I should be alright actually. I'll put glue on all of the gussets. It should be okay. I've done it before. A time or two. Wonder how many pockets I've stuck on in my life. My goodness, quite a few. So there we go. Step 1 complete. So I now can't remember which goes down first. That goes down first. So I'm just going to come away from that gusset line there just a little bit. Try and make sure I've got an equal bit top and bottom. That's fine. Let's just stick that down with purpose and then put the two sides on like that. It's a bit nearer the bottom than the top, but it's okay, it's fine. Give that a good press down so it's not for arguing with us. Right, there we go. See, that paper does go, doesn't it? I'm trying to persuade myself something that doesn't work works. No, I think it's all right. I like it. And I do like this paper as well. So all I've done here is I've got myself a piece of the white card that I'm using as my base. It's, what did we say that was, Mr. F? 250? 250. Although it doesn't feel like 250 to me, but there you go. So that's going to go in there. Hopefully it's not going to get stuck on that. It feels like it wants to get stuck on the back piece. That's most annoying. Let's try it again. Yeah, it wants to get stuck on there. I have no idea why, because that's firmly stuck to the... Oh, that's it. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. I'm not going to cut it down because it does go. And I think, you know, when it's stuck properly, I think we'll be okay. So this now should spin around and then spin back and hold that in place. It's coming together just like we planned it. Okay, so let's take this out and we'll decorate this next. Pop this to one side. So what I want to do with the bit in the middle, which I want to kind of leave for journaling really, but I want to dress it up a little bit. So I'm going to do my trick with a cellophane bag. I don't know what that is there. Some mark or other. Clean that off, we don't want that. And I'm going to use this one, Speckled Egg Distress Oxide. I would use ink if I had ink. I'll use oxide, doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to spray it onto this cellophane bag. Same way that I do all my splotchy backgrounds. I quite like it, it's random. There's no worry about it. You know, if you're spraying directly onto the page, there's always this worry that you're going to get way too much and it's just going to look silly. And you can't take it back once it's there. And all that sort of thing. So I just keep folding this over till it's properly random, and then I'm just going to pretty much plonk it down, and it transfers the ink that's on the cellophane. I have tried this with other things and it doesn't work very well. These cellophane bags are definitely the man for the job. So you could stencil if you haven't got spray ink. You could stencil, of course you could. Anything really. You could leave the background plain. It's up to you really. I think that's probably enough, actually. Have I got any more on there? If I have, I'll just try and get it in that bit there. There we go. I think that's fine. I think that's enough. It takes it looks quite grey on camera, but it is speckled egg, I can assure you. And afterwards I'll just rinse that off, or take a wet cloth to it. It easily comes off. So that's that. So how are we going to decorate this then? Got ink everywhere. Well, I thought that I would fussy cut something out of my beautiful book, my Atelier des Arts, and I chose that picture. It's almost the least thing that I could fussy cut out of it and still leave it pretty much intact. But I like that there. That's nice. I should tell you, I have inked around everything with my flavour du jour, which is frayed burlap, because I thought it went quite well with this colour here. A darker colour would have been too dark compared to that. So let's stick this on. I have inked around it quickly, so I'll just stick this on. I do want to leave this for journaling, but I like the idea that it's not going to be really mega plain. Just have something on it. So I was going to say I hope you're all doing all right, but I know that you're not all doing all right. And it's a horrible time of year to be not feeling so great. Everybody seems to be having a good time apart from you. But there we go. I have spent many Christmases on my own. And to be honest, I quite enjoyed them. You know, there was no having to please other people, which sounds awful, but I don't know, Christmas can be a bit of that, can't it? You've got to go to relatives, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. Just leave me on my own, I'll be fine. Now, I thought I wanted to put a stamp there, so I've looked out some stamps. I've been collecting these for a long time. Anything I saw on eBay that was second-hand or cheap or whatever, I've been grabbing. And I know I've got more arty stamps than these somewhere, but I'll look those out for the next time. So there's this one. It's a Stampers Anonymous, but it's a Wendy Vecchi one. So there's the ink bottle, the paintbrush. This is a stamp. This is a stamp. The world is but a canvas for our imagination. These are a few of my favourite things. And diamond ink stamping. I do like, I like the whole thing of it actually. It's nice. It's awkward to store because it's a bit too tall. But I could put the paintbrush on. That might be quite nice there. Wow, that's well stuck. I can get it off, but I've just decided to have a look at this one instead. These are more, yeah, kind of arty. And it says, imagination has no limits, and it's a woman's face. Art is the journey of a free soul. Art, dream, imagine, inspire, create. Yeah. Dream, imagination is the reality of the dreamer. I quite like that one. I'm going for that one. But you know what? I'm actually going to use my stamping platform. I know I don't very often get it out, but this is one of those occasions. Because it's got part of my very best paper supply on it, I don't want to waste it at all. So I'm going to do it in my stamp platform. And this Tim Holtz one has a clear and a rubber side. It's on the rubber at the minute, so I'll turn it over for clear stamps. I really need to get myself some more magnets, and I need to clean this as well. Oh, honestly, everything's just so grimy. Let's just give this a bit of a dust. You've got a dusty stamp platform. Oh my goodness me. Get over there. Right. Well, that's it dusted. So I want this. See where I do want it. I was going to use her, wasn't I? This one here. I think it's too tall to go in there. Oh, don't know. Might be all right. Yeah, I think we might be all right actually. So let's get the magnets down. Although it is firmly up against this corner. So if I have a magnet malfunction, which, let's face it, you know, it could easily happen, then I should be all right because I can just replace it right tight up to there. So I think there. Let's see if we can get her some way straight, like that. Yeah, well, I'm on the clear side. But that doesn't really want to pick up. I'm wondering, I'm trying to pick that off. I'm wondering whether I should put, if I put the this under it, I don't think the magnets will work. Let's give it a go. How do you know unless you try? You don't. Let's put that there then. See if the magnets work. Yeah, they do. They do a bit. So let's, maybe it'd be better on the rubber side, I don't know. I've never been a huge lover of this Tim Holtz stamping platform, if I'm honest. But it's all I've got, so it's what we're using. Which way up does she go? My goodness, I can't even tell. That way. I can read the words that way, so we'll put her there. See if we can pick her up now this time. That feels a bit better. Okay. I think that's okay. So I'm going to use this Archival Ink Mermaid Lagoon, which is pretty dried out. But I'm hoping it's got enough in it to see us through. And it is, as I say, on the stamp platform, so if it's not good, we can go back in again. I'm stamping with purpose, as Timmy would say. Don't give it CPR, but stamp with purpose. Not sure where that borderline is. Oh, it's come out beautifully. Oh, that's gorgeous. Let me just wipe that stamp off a bit. There's not much left on it actually. And put that away before we start all the self-congratulatory stuff. There we go. Oh, I'm really pleased the way that's come out. So maybe that's the secret then. Use the this. I've forgotten what you call it even. Yoga, yes, yoga mat. Right, so excellent. So we've got a nice stamp up there, got a nice background, and we've got part of our lovely book. So that's going to go in there. So what I want to do now, you will notice I've got a great big black splodge on there, and I've picked up all sorts of everything. It's ridiculous. Next time you see me, my media mat is going to be so shiny you'll need your glasses on, your sunglasses. So I've cut this bit out of that paper that I was showing you. I like this side, I think, better, and I'm going to put that on the back just to add a bit of substance and to hide that big black blotch. Yeah. It's always difficult when papers are double-sided, isn't it? You know, I'm kind of used to it with Timmy now, but even then, it is difficult. Because my favourites tend to be back-to-back. There's other pages I could live without, but my favourites always seem to be the ones that are back-to-back. So you have to sacrifice one. And this paper pad is no different. It's double-sided. But, you know, hey-ho, we'll live with it. Let's get this on. I have inked around it as well. There we go. So that's nice. Very nice, actually. I'm not going to dress this one up because it is the back, after all, and I don't want to use too much of my lovely book. Maybe when my new one comes, which Amazon tells me will be tomorrow. I'll believe that when I see it. My knicker elastic was days in the waiting. But when my new one gets here, I might feel more inclined to use a bit more of it. But anyway, there we go. I like that. That's nice. Look at that stamp. It's perfect. Which for me is a rarity. So here we are. I've got another piece of that Tim Holtz paper pad. That's the side I've decided not to use, but isn't it gorgeous? This is the side I am using, and honestly, anybody who knows me would know that I would have chosen that side. I'll show you the whole piece of paper. Look at it. It's damask. It's got my name all over that. So I thought I would put that on there, like that. Let's do that first, and then we'll talk about the bits that I've got to decorate it with. I have inked it, so straightforward video. I should not have said this is a straightforward video, because you just know when I say that something's going to go wrong. But you know, I thought you'd all be busy trying to, I don't know, fit doctor's appointments in and peel vegetables, make trifles, whatever it is. Make cookies, ice cookies. Oh, Mr. F went shopping this morning just to get a few odds and ends. Just to the butcher's, really. But the butcher's near us is a kind of posh butcher. By posh, read expensive. No, I mean, he has fine quality meats and other things. And it's actually, by and large, it's the other things that interest me the most. I'm not a huge meat eater. I'm not a vegetarian or anything. But I'm not a huge meat eater. I much prefer fish. But when Mr. F was there today, I've forgotten what I was going to tell you now. I can't even remember what I was going to tell you. He always gets me a scone when he goes there, because they do lovely baked goods. But today they had one that was misshapen and really cheap. So he got me that one and another one. So today will be a 2 scone day, which is brilliant. So out of my lovely book, I have cut this door. And then I have cut these little bits of brick. Now that actually originally was on top of the door. I cut it off because I didn't think I wanted it. Then I thought I did. That piece, which I thought would just about go up there. Yeah, it does. And then this piece that I thought might go. They've got corners, which is why I'm sticking them in the corner. Like that. And I think that just makes that page look much more interesting, really. So let's ink around here. I haven't inked around here. But I think we're pretty much organised now for things that we need. We've got cat food, so Catkin will be all right. Catkin's decided that he likes rich tea biscuits. For those of you in America who don't have rich tea biscuits, All I can tell you is they are the plainest biscuits in the world. They are very plain. But because I try to eat not so sugary things, but I do have a sweet tooth, I sort of satisfy my sweet tooth with rich tea biscuits. And Catkin has decided that he likes them. I mean, not just a nibble. He will, if you feed it to him, eat a whole rich tea biscuit. I mean, we don't, because we're afraid of what the consequences might be. But he does like them. He comes and, you know, if you put them down and go back to the kitchen for your coffee or something, you come back and he's nabbed one. He's a little thief. He's still climbing up on my desk. He just knocks things off now. He doesn't play with them. He just, I don't know, he just enjoys knocking them off. And getting shouted at. Like a child that does naughty things just for attention. That's kind of stage Catkin's reached. There we are. So there's the door. I'll pop these in. I'll put them on. I'll just give them a bit of an ink around. I don't want to see the white edges particularly. So this will be a nice start to our Tim Holtz folio, I think. There we go. Just this little piece. I'm still musing on whether I want to use this Dilutions Vibrant Turquoise in the middle as well. I don't know. I might. I do not know yet. But it's kind of thinking of it. We'll see. There we go. Well, given that this is the day after the shortest day, I'm not seeing any great improvement. It's still been dark since about 2 o'clock this afternoon. I know, I wasn't expecting to see any. Just saying. We're past the worst though, aren't we? Every day now will be longer than the one before it. There we go. Quite like these bricks actually. Just going to bring it all together a bit. There we go. This little one in the top corner. And we'll see how daring I get as I go along using bits of the paper pad. There we are. That's that. So that's it. That's, oh no, I tell you I was going to do something else as well. Actually. So that is going to go into there. It's nice, I like it. Yeah, this is the turquoise spray that I was debating with myself whether I wanted to put in there, but I don't think so. If I want people to journal on it, it's got to be nice and light, hasn't it? That's that, goes in there. Once you've got the knack of it, it goes in quite readily. And that goes over there. Perfect. Yeah, I was going to put something up there, but now I've put that blooming thingy in, I don't think I can do it. I was looking at this piece on the back. Obviously I'm stymied myself now with that brad. But really the bit I want to use is that bit there. Well, actually that bit there. Would I get that in? I'd get that bit in. Yeah, I might put that up there. Let's trim that out and see. What am I losing on the other side? It's down. Oh, it's a nice piece there as well. Paint brushes, paint tubes. Paint tube? Would a paint tube look nice there? I think it would, you know. Yeah, I'm going to fussy cut out a paint tube. I'll pause you because it takes me years to fussy cut, so I'll just pause you. I'll be back when I've done it. Okay, well, I got a bit carried away and I cut two out because I thought they looked quite nice there. And it's kind of the first introduction to the fact it's something artified. So I'm just going to ink around those quite lightly. Just don't want to see the paper and, you know, the whiteness. Get those glued down, and then I think the job's a good one. What I'm going to do at the same time as doing this is do the black one. I won't show you both because they'll be very similar. The way that they're built will be very similar. Decoration might be slightly different, but I'll show you at the end of, you know, when we start off. I'll show you what I've done with the Timmy one. And I am also still carrying on with the Edith Holden ephemera. Haven't done any since the last time I saw you, but I thought we might do some of that on Christmas Day. Seems like a really nice thing to do on Christmas Day. Play with Edith. And I don't know how many videos I'm going to get done between now and then. There's nothing impeding me, I can tell you that. It's just, sometimes you just get tired. They're quite tiring things to do, videos. I'm sure anybody that does them will tell you. And I feel as if I've done quite a few recently, so I might have a couple of days off before Christmas. Then again, I might just pop up. Who's to know? Depends how I feel. So there we are, we've got our two paint tubes on there. As I said, you can make yours any topic you like. You could have made this cover any colour that you like. I showed you a real different one yesterday, the black one. For those of you that haven't seen it, there it is. This is the black one. It's identical in structure, but doesn't it look different? It's so different. It's really nice, actually. I like it a lot. I think we did a good job there. Did a good thing. But this one is this beautiful, beautiful turquoise colour, which is, oh, it's one of my favourites, definitely. So we've got this in place. It's nice now. It's got a bit of weight to it. It's not quite so flippy flopping everywhere. And yeah, you just open that up, take this out. You got your journal in there, nice stamp, nice die cut, nice pocket. Everything's just nice. That fits in there, and that comes round there to close it up. Yay! I really like that. I hope you like it, and I hope you give it a try. All the measurements are on the end of the last video, all the measurements that you need to make this, and it turns out to be exactly the same as the Timmy one, because I took the measurements off it. I don't feel too bad. They're no longer available for sale, so you know, I'm not impeding anybody's sales by making my own, because you can't buy them. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that everybody who's watching is feeling okay. Not too bad at any rate. Let's aim for not too bad. Let's go for that. If we're not too bad, we're doing all right. And I shall see you when I see you. I can't say when, but if not before, definitely Sunday, Christmas Day, I'll be here doing a live, Mr. F and myself. And until then, bye. Bye.